Hello everyone, I am Veeresh Hatti. In this session, we'll discuss about Introduction to DBMS. Yes, before we move on to DBMS Laboratory with mini project, that is, we'll be discussing about DBMS Laboratory. Okay, and later, if you are interested in mini project, please let us know so that we can even make videos on that. So first, we'll discuss about introduction to SQL. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. We call it as SQL. Okay, and uh, first to get started here, we'll be discussing about installation of installing software and also how to make use of commands, everything. Okay. Next, table basics. In table basics, so what exactly table is? That is, what exactly database management system. That is, SQL is it is RDBMS. That is relational database management system. Okay, so we'll discuss about what is relational and what is database and what is management system. Okay, we'll discuss it one by one. So SQL commands or SQL commands, one and the same. Next, so here we'll discuss about steps to install software, and next how to open SQL Plus tool and to set up database. Next, in SQL commands, we'll discuss about table basics, and so there are four SQL commands. First one is DDL, that is data definition language. In data definition language, that is in DDL, we have create table statement, alter table statement, drop table statement, truncate table statement, and second SQL command is data manipulation language, DML. In DML, we have select statement, insert into statement, update statement, and delete statement. So we'll discuss about these topics step by step with examples. Okay, and we'll also execute these commands. Okay, by taking an example, we'll discuss about creating tables and modifying the table, inserting values into the tables, everything. So next, third SQL command is TCL, that is transaction control language. Here we have commit, save point, and rollback. Okay, rollback and save point. And last one is DCL, that is data control language. So now here we have our website. You can go through and all the whatever the content what I'll be explaining now. You can go to this Music Plus Education website. Okay, so first we'll start with introduction to SQL. So what is SQL? SQL stands for Structured Query Language. Okay, Structured Query Language, and it can be pronounced as SQL or SQL, one and the same. So it's a query language used to access and modify information in the database. So what is database? Database means place where we store our information. Say for example, if you are a student, will have USN, name, yes, and percentage, 10 percentage, PUC percentage. Right? These are the data, some data that we'll be collecting, and it will be in the form of table. Okay, so we'll make it in a table format. Okay, it's a place where we store our data. Whatever the data we have, we'll store it in some place that is called as database. Okay, and here we have IBM first developed SQL in 1970. Also, it is an ANSI ISO standard. It has become a standard universal language used by most of the relational database management systems. As I said, what is relational? See, uh, if you're a student and if you have USN number, okay, USN is a unique identification number to recognize it as you. Okay, so if I have a USN say called 180 001, it's a unique identification number. Even after 10 years, I can easily recognize that particular person. Okay, because there are if my name is Virish, right? So there are many people with name Virish. Yes, so it's very difficult to identify which Virish I am. Okay, so that is why unique you we will have we everybody has USN. So that is a unique number to identify it as you, correct? So that's what relational. So I can easily relate If I have 3 to 4 tables, I can with what is your for example USN name and your school details, your college details. I can combine all these 3 tables with single identification number. Say for example PAN number. It's a single identification number, right? So that is what we call it as relational database management system. Each and every table is related to each other. If I have 3 tables, each A, B, C, A is related to B, B is related to C, so A is also related to C, like that. Okay. So some of the RDBMS systems are Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server, Cbase, etc. Most of these have provided their own implementation, thus enhancing its feature and making it a powerful tool. Okay, and the last point is few of the SQL commands used in SQL programming are select statement, update statement, insert into, delete, where clause, order by, group by, or order clause, and joins, views, and group, and last one is indexes, etc. Okay, so we'll discuss about one by one. Okay, now first to get started here we'll just go through this. I'll provide the link of this website in the description below, so please click on that so that you can access to all these contents. Okay, so please go through these steps in order to install the software application, that is Oracle database as well as client application both. And so here first we'll so in start menu, how to open SQL Plus tool. Once you install the software, go to start menu. Okay, go to start menu. Here search for SQL Plus. So now I'm searching for SQL Plus. Open SQL Plus. Yeah, so now you'll get this window. Okay, I'll just maximize this. Okay, so just increase the font size now. Yes, so system, login as system. So while installing the application, please make a note, while installing database, you need to ensure that by default the username will be system. Okay, and the password, last for the password, so please ensure to give password as manager. Okay, the standard password. So sorry, I think I meant the wrong password. System manager. Okay, so make sure to enter right password. So manager is a standard password. Okay, so you'll get like this. So now once you get this, okay, this message, so means what, you were connected to database now, Oracle database. So now next what you need to do, you need to create user. Do not create tables in this. Okay, so you need to create tables, so please follow these procedures. These are the procedures you need to follow. So first you need to create user. So here I'm creating user, create an user, say for example Virish. I'll just copy this and I'll create this. Yeah, I'll paste it here. Okay, let me copy one by one. I can do that. There will be create user, identify. Okay, done. So I think it's already available. In case here I have given note. So in case if you're unable to create user and get the following error, so I'm getting this error now, right? Invalid common role name. So what you need to do, you just need to execute this particular command. Okay, I'll copy this. So and paste it in the session altered. Now you can create user. Create user identified by Viresh. So it's already there. Viresh is already there. So how to check users now? Which user it's created now? So I'll just try to check for that. Select start from all underscore users, means what? These are the users available in Oracle database. So these many. So now I think it's not in proper order, right? So it is taking so many pages. So now how can I make it in order? You make use of this command, set lines 200, set pages 200. Now I'll execute the same command once again. Select star from all users. It shows all the users that are available, that are created in database. Okay, so these are the users. So now Arish is already available, that is why I can't delete the user. Okay, So now how can I, how to delete this user? Just make use of drop user. Okay, let me, before that I need to discuss about the last point here. In table basics, here we have to drop user from database, login as system and manager. Okay, we already logged in as system and manager. And so if you're unable to delete the user, okay, so first I'll try to delete user like this, drop user like this, right? I'll just copy this, drop user, and paste it here. Here I don't have user named Apex, so I'll change it to Viresh. It's not case sensitive. Okay, so user dropped. In case if you get if you are unable to delete the user, okay, then please execute this command, copy this command, and save it there. Okay, paste it there. So then execute this particular command in order to drop user. Okay, so drop user, username, that is Viresh, and cascade. Okay, so next, once it is done, so what you need to do here, okay, uh, let me, okay, now it's user is created now, right? User dropped. Now let me try to create the user now. How to create user? Create user Viresh, identified by Viresh. Then user created, right? So now so once you user Viresh is created, you can't how to connect it to Viresh now? Connect Viresh, then connect Viresh, enter password. Password is also Viresh. Identified by Viresh means what? Password, identified by password. Create user, username, identified by password. Here username is also Viresh, password is also Viresh. Password is Viresh, right? So Viresh. So you're no longer connected to Oracle. Okay, fine. Try to connect it once again. If it's not coming, it's fine, no problem. See here, I cannot, means what? I cannot log into a login as Viresh because I have to grant resources to Viresh user. Okay, how to grant resources now? Grant resource, comma, connect to Viresh. Yes. So once you do this, resource spelling is wrong. Okay. Resource. Okay. Grant resource, comma. What is the username? Show user. Check how to check user. Current user. Show user. SHO or SHOW, one and the same. So I think it's not connected. Okay. Let me connect to system first. Connect system manager. Okay, so now I'll try to show user now, system user. Okay, and now grant resource, comma, connect to Viresh. So grant succeeded. Now I can log in as, how to log in as Viresh now? Connect username, and password is also Viresh, right? Connected now. So now next step is what? So now we have given access to user Viresh using system. Okay, through system we have given access to Viresh. What is that? What are the what accesses we have given? That is creating session, means what? Viresh can log in, and Viresh now can Viresh create table now? Yes, that is also done. Okay, resources connect and connect, everything both are done, but I can create what is the tables? How to create tables now? Okay, before that you need to give this grant also. So one more access you have to give, that is grant unlimited table space to Viresh. Grant unlimited table space to Viresh. So insufficient privileges. Okay, first check. Have okay, have you logged in as Viresh, right? So connect system. Okay, now grant unlimited table space to Viresh. Grant succeeded. Next, alter user Viresh. This is optional. You don't have to give this one. Okay, this is optional. You can give specific quota privileges to. It's optional. Okay. or you can also use this one, unlimited to system. Okay, so execute this command. User altered means what? He can create tables, unlimited tables. Fine. Mm, that is table space, right? And then uh, here connect. Now I can connect it to Virish. Connect Virish, Virish. Then connected. So now it is done now, right? Now you can start creating the tables, and do not, once again please make a note, do not create tables inside system. Okay, so you create your own username with your username, and then in that you can create tables and you can work with SQL. Okay, and here table basics first. So just go through these points. I'll directly go for this one. Now let us try to create this particular table. Okay, so how to create table now? I'll how to create table now. Create table name. What is table name? Student underscore details. Right here, let me tell you this. What is the table name? Student details. USN name, mobile number, 10th percentage, PUC percentage are the columns. Okay, and these are the values. These are the values, right? And let me copy this in order to create table. Let us discuss about this now. So I'll paste it here. Okay, I'll just go to create table first, and then uh, create table USN, and then last one is done. Table created. So now what is this now? Let us discuss about this. Okay, first create table name, and in bracket, what is the first this one column name USN, and then here it is data type. Varchar is what? Variable character. It's a data type. Varchar 2. We have Varchar as well as Varchar 2. It's a version 2, like that. Okay, upgraded version, like just like that. So means what? Length will increase, and accuracy will be there, and means what, variable character, it's a second version. Okay, size is higher compared to Varchar. So Varchar 2 of 10. Okay, means what? Size, that is character size. And here name, data type, size of characters. Mobile number, size, or size of number, means what? 10 numbers, up to 10 digits can be entered, like that. 10th number, UC number. Fine. So next table is created now. So how to describe this table now? DSC, DSC, DESC, and then what is the table name? Student underscore details, right? So this is how we describe the table. So here it is. Let me reduce the size. Set lines 100, set pages 100. Now I can describe this. Now you can see this, right? Because we had set lines to 200 pages, and lines to 200. That is why it was it was expanded here. Okay, but here it is proper now. Null, and this is what the data types. Null means what? Later we'll discuss about this null column. Next, table is created now, right? You should get this message. And then next, let us insert the values. What are the values now? So if I try to what is that? Select star from. We don't have any values here. You can check that. Select star from student details, right? I'll just copy this, paste. So no rows, nothing, no values. We have not inserted any values. Let us try to insert values. What are the values? These are the values. I'll insert first value now. Okay, let us insert first value here. Insert into. Okay, paste. Okay, let me clear screen. Okay, first insert into student, insert into table name. What is the table name? Student underscore details, and then values. So ampersand, here we make use of ampersand because we can give inputs. Okay, so like that, instead of inserting values directly here, we can give inputs now. Okay, last for the USN, name, mobile number, 10 PUC, like that. So, and single quote, and make sure to keep it inside single quote. And here enter USN. What is that USN number? 180.59.001. Paste it here. Name, and then mobile number, 10 percentage, and PUC percentage. One row created. Similarly, you can create the rows, right? And then now it is done. So now let us try to check out select star from student underscore. Now one value is inserted. Now you can see table. You can insert many values here. You can insert more and more rows. Here you can set all the rows with these values. Okay, in similar way, right? So here I have tried to insert only first row. That's it. So next, let us move on to next point, that is alter table. So now what we can do in this table, to add another column to the table student underscore details. So how to add columns now? How to add columns using this particular command, alter table student underscore details add. Okay, so alter table, I'll copy this first line, alter table and add age number, right? Now table altered means what? One more column is added. Now let us try to execute select star from student underscore details. Now here you can see we have got one more column here. So how to add that? Using alter table statement. Okay, alter table statement and table name student underscore details add. Okay, make use of add statement space. What is the column name? Age. And what is the data type? Number. And maximum age 100, right? So 3 or 999, no one can leave after up to 999, right? 1000 and all. So only 3 is enough, 3 digits enough. So next, to drop age column from the student underscore details, so alter table student underscore details. So if you want to drop a column, say for example I want to drop this age now. So how can I drop this? Alter table student underscore drop column name. What is the column name? Age. So okay, drop column table altered. Sorry, column is missing here. I have to add. I'll add column here. Don't worry. So drop column age. Then so it's not case sensitive. Commands are not case sensitive. So that is why even if it is a capital letter or small letter, it doesn't matter. Okay, even if it is a capital letter or like this column, it's fine. Okay, that's all nothing. However, it's already deleted, dropped. Right, column is dropped. Now let us try to execute select star from student underscore details. Now age column is not there, now it is dropped, right? So next, to modify column salary in the employee table, the query would be like alter table student underscore details modify. See, if you want to modify salary in the employee table, or here it's we don't have employee tables, right? We have student table. So if you want to modify, see what is the describe, let me try to describe the table. uh, Student underscore details, right? Copy paste. So now what is the size of USN here? 10 means what, up to 10 characters can be entered, right? So if I want to make it 15, how to do that? Use this particular command, that is alter table statement, alter table. Okay, and paste it here, and then last second one, modify USN, right? So now table altered. Now let us try to check, describe the table, describe DESC. So now it is 15. Here it was 10, right? Previously it was 10. Now it is 15. So this is how we can use this modify USN, that is modify space column name space size. You can change the size from 10 to 15. And next, syntax to add primary key constraint. Here if you want to add primary key constraint means what, as I said, your USN is unique number, yes, to identify it as you, right? So that is why we use this primary key, unique key, right? It's basically unique key and reference key. So add alter table space table name, add constraint. Constraint means what, it's a primary key, unique, not null, these are all constraints. Okay, foreign key, we'll discuss about it, these constraints, fine. So add space constraint, it's a keyword, these are keywords, and it's a user defined name. My primary key, it's user if you can give any name here, as and then primary key, it's again keyword, and then USN. So USN is what, it's a unique an identity number, right? So okay, it should be inside bracket. I need to change this. Your primary key in bracket you had to use yes. So now table altered, yes. So here also I'll make changes in the website. Here it should be inside bracket parenthesis, and then syntax to drop primary key. So here I'll copy this and I'll paste it here. Okay, done. And then drop primary key, right? Drop primary key. If I want to drop this primary key, I don't want this primary key, right? Now I can drop this one. Okay, how to check now? First, before that, I need to tell you this: how to check whether USN is primary key, whether it is altered. Okay, DESC describe student underscore details. Copy, paste it. So now you can see not null USN. Before in null column nothing was there, right? Now it is showing not null. Means what? It cannot be a null value. You should enter something here. Okay. So primary key is not null and it is unique identification number. 2. Primary key is what? Primary key is not null and it is unique key. Okay. So when if somebody asks you what is primary key, you should say it's a primary key and it is not null. Okay, it's a unique key and it's a not null. So unique key and not null. And then so now let us try to drop the table, describe alter tables, and then drop primary key. Now here it is showing not null, right? Now let us see table altered. Now if I try to use describe, if I describe the table, now it is not showing not null, it's missing, it's not there. Now it is dropped, primary key is dropped. Now it can be null and it can be it can be duplicate keys. Okay, you can have same USN numbers. You can enter one, for example, say 180.89.0.0.1. You can have these same USN twice or thrice, more than that. But if it is primary key, it should be unique only. You can, if once you enter 180.89.0.0.1, you cannot re-enter it. Yes, so that is what unique key. Okay, and then drop table statement is used to delete a table. So if you want to delete the entire table, now as of now I don't want to delete this table, yes, because I need to work with this table, so I don't want to delete. So you can use drop table space student details, student underscore details. Next, what if we and how to truncate table? What if we only want to delete the data inside? Now I want to delete these data. Select star from this one, right? A student underscore, these are the data. Now I want to delete all the values. I want the tables, okay, I want all the columns to be as it is, but I only want to delete the values that are present here. So these are the values, right? I want to delete these values. So how to do that? Make use of truncate table student underscore details, and once you use this one, these values will be deleted. Okay, okay, let me execute that. Okay, table truncated, Now let us try to see no values now. Okay, no row select because it's truncated now, it's deleted, everything is deleted. So how to get that those back? Can I do that? Okay, so let us try to execute. So means what? Even if you try to, or is it restore the values that are truncated, uh, you cannot roll back, you cannot redo it. Okay, so if you so to do that you need to use rollback semicolon. Once you truncate the values in the table, you cannot redo it. Okay, please remember, please do remember this, it's very important. But if you delete the values, then you can redo it. Delete, you have to make use of delete keyword. Okay, so say for example, now let us try to insert values, the same value again, insert into student details. Okay, let me just, I'll insert the value. Where is that? Okay, here it is. Yeah, so copy, paste. I need to do that. Copy, paste. I'm just inserting the same values again because I have truncated that, right? That is fine. So next, once it is done, you can go to, yes, here, update statement. Now truncate is done. Update statement. If you want to update the values, okay, so then you can use this one. Update student details, set USN is equal to 123, name is equal to hello. Means what here? Let me try to print select star from student underscore details, right? Yes, these are the values now. It's there now, right? So now if you want to update the value, for example, I have a USN 180.59.001. I want to replace it with 123 and name is ABC. I want to replace it with hello. So now how to do that? Use update space table name, update space table name, and then set and where clause. Okay, it's wrong actually. Alter table is not used. Alter table, alter table, update. Yeah, sorry, update. Sorry, I'm really sorry. Update table. What happened? Okay, sorry, I'm really sorry. Update, set, where it should be inside single quote. Oh, here also. Let me clear screen first. So update, set USN single quote where. Okay, one row updated. Now let me check select star from. So do not use table, update table. Okay, which usually everybody does this, does that mistake. So now see this 123 hello. What mistakes we have done here? Single quote, we haven't put single quote here, so I'll make changes in the website also. Here it should be 123 it should be inside single quote. Okay, and here also USN, this value should be inside single quote, and this and this is not my required, I think, because this is a number, it need not be inside single quote. Right, so next after this, delete statement. Delete from student underscore details. If you want to delete, so now if you want to delete rows in a table, so now I'll delete this table. Okay, delete rows in the table. Okay, where USN is equal to, yes, no, instead I'll replace it with 1 2 3 now. 1 2 3, so one row deleted. Listen, very important point now, make a note. If you truncate the values that are inside the table, see, for example, these are the values, right? If you truncate, okay, these values, it cannot be the what is that, rollback. You cannot do rollback here. If it is, if you delete the values, if you make use of delete keyword, okay, to delete these values, okay, these values, now it is now if I try to execute select start from, now it's no row selected now because I have deleted those rows, that row, right? Now you can use redo, you can redo that, means what, you can use rollback statement, semicolon. So rollback complete now. Now if I try to see select star from this one, still it is not showing. Yes, because I forgot to commit that, right? I need to commit that now, even though you can't do that. So what you need to do, commit, insert into, yeah, 123 hello, mobile number 123456789 and 1085 85, right? One row created. Now let us try to delete these values, delete from students, and then, you know, where USN is equal to 123. Before deleting that, we need to commit, means first check for select star from this one, right? We have the values. Now commit, use how to save this values, making use of commit. Okay. Now I'll try to delete this. Now use rollback complete. Now now it is showing, right? So means what, if you don't use commit command, okay, then you cannot roll back. Okay, if you don't use commit command, then you means what, if you use commit command, you can easily roll back, you can easily redo it. Okay, even if you if you make use of delete command. But if you don't use uh, commit command, if you don't save the values, okay, then even if you use rollback, okay, after deleting, if you try to use rollback, you cannot redo it. Okay, just now you have seen, right? That is what. So please ensure to use commit command, because even in case if you want to use rollback command, then you can easily redo it, otherwise you cannot do that. So that is what it is. And then transaction control language, as I said, we already discussed this. Now commit command, how to use commit command, and here we have used commit and rollback, but here it was missing. That is save point USN1, means what, see here, now it is I'll try to insert one more value here, insert into, okay, and here I'll use, okay, insert into, okay, fine. I'll not insert it, I'll not insert now, because that's why I have not used semicolon here. Okay, you should it should end with semicolon in order to insert the values. So however, I want to first save as save point USN1, save point, you can use any name, you can give any name, save point is a keyword, USN123, you can give any name here. Okay, this is keyword, this is keyword, and this is any name or user defined name. I can give any name here. So it is saved now. Save point created. Now I'll insert one more value now. Insert into semicolon. Okay. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. Hello, bye. Here number 85 6. Okay, something. And then 10th percentage, 10, 20. You see, one more row created now. So now let us try to check the values. These are now we have inserted 2 rows now, right? Now I'll save it as save point usn 456, save point usn 456 equal save point created. Now if I you know I will delete 1 2 3 now. Okay, I'll delete 1 2 3. How to delete that? uh, Delete from student. From is a keyword. Okay, delete and from both are keywords. Delete from uh, where usn is equal to 1 2 3, right? So now what is the save point? 1 2 3, right? 1 2 3 is a save point. So okay, I'll delete first. I'll delete 1 2 3, and I'll also delete one more 4 5 6, 4 5 6, right? I'll delete both now. Both rows are deleted now. Let me check whether it is deleted or not. Deleted. Now we have two save points. One is 1 2 3 and 4 5 6. If you want to roll back both the columns, both the rows, okay, that's 1 2 3 and 4 5 6, both the rows, then make use of 4 5 6, because in at 4 5 6 we had two values, two rows. But if you make use of 1 2 3, that is say usn 1 2 3, then it will roll back only the first row. Okay, so you make use of you roll back to how many rows do you want, one or two? If you want one, then usn 1 2 3 will be your answer. If you want both the rows, then your answer should be usn 4 5 6. So let me try only usn 1 2 3. Roll back complete. So now let us try to execute this. So only one is uh, what we have got only one row back, right? So if instead of usn 1 2 3, if I had used usn 4 5 6, I would have got both the rows. Okay, that is the difference now. So it's all about rollback. So everything is done now. I have explained almost all the SQL commands now. You just need to go through these SQL commands. You need to understand what is SQL command here. Okay, SQL commands are instructions used to communicate with the database to perform specific tasks that work with the data. SQL commands are instructions used to communicate with database. Say for example, Google Drive, it's a database, right? So you don't have to you don't require any commands, right? You just need to click on the folder. But here, to speak to database, you need some language, query language. That is what SQL. SQL talks with database in order to access, modify, yes, add values in the table. Okay, so that is why SQL commands are instructions used to communicate with the database. It talks to the database to perform specific tasks that work with data. What are the tasks here? Adding values, inserting values, creating table, deleting table, dropping tables, yes, to drop columns, modifying truncate, that is modifying constraints. These are what and modifying the size, right? And these are what tasks we perform. Tasks, these so many tasks here, right? And adding one more column to the table. These are the tasks, right? So SQL commands are instructions used to communicate with the database to perform specific tasks that work with data. So SQL commands can be used not only for searching the database but also to perform various other functions, like for example you can create tables, add add data to tables and modify data, drop the table, set permission for users, like that. SQL commands are grouped into four major categories. One is DDL, as we already discussed. DDL means what? Creating table, altering table, yes, drop table, renaming table, and truncate table, right? So like that. And then DML, this is called as data definition language. And next, second one is DML, that is select, insert, update, and delete. These SQL commands are used for storing, retrieving, modifying, deleting data. This is what data manipulating, because we are manipulating the data here, right? We are inserting means what? We are manipulating the data. Updating is also manipulation. Deleting is also manipulation. So that's why it is data manipulation language. And transaction control language, if you want to, means, if you want to save the values, if you want to save the table, okay, then we use commit command. And if you want to redo it, then use rollback. If you want to use save point command, you already know, right? USN 1 2 3 USN 4 5 6, that is what save point. These SQL commands are used for managing changes affecting the data. Okay, that is why it is called a transaction control language. Data control language is what? These SQL commands are used for providing security to database objects. These commands are grant and revoke. See, we already used grant, right? Grant resource comma connect to database, connect to Viresh, like that. So here it is given. So this we already discussed. Data definition language, create table statement, everything is given here. Just go through these topics. Okay, DML select statement. Just click on this. You can see everything under this. Okay, so fine, and can collapse it in order to see the contents. Okay, and the last one is what? Data control language. The last one is here you can use grant create session. If you want to see, if you want to give access to Viresh, so that means what? Which access? Create session access means what? He can log in. Okay, so you can give only that access. He cannot create table, he can only log in. If you want say using in first login as system and grant create table to Viresh, means what? He can create table. So instead of using two commands, you can use only grant uh, resource comma connect to Viresh, that is also fine. Okay, and then after that alter username, that is alter username quota unlimited to system, means what? Alter user, what is the username? Viresh. Alter user Viresh quota unlimited on system. So you have to log in as system, means what? He can create tables, he can insert values in the tables. So that is what? Table space. Done. And grant sysdba to username, means what? If you give this access, that is sysdba access to Viresh, Viresh can create users. Okay, before that Viresh did not have any that what is that access to create users, other users. But when you give this access DBA, Viresh can access or create user, separate user. Okay, and he can even delete the entire, drop all the database tables, whatever the database inbuilt database, he can drop everything. So never ever give sysdba access to the users. Okay, sysdba access will be only for system. To grant permission to create any table, so then grant create any table to username, that is Viresh, like that. So it's all about today's session. Hope you have understood. If you have any doubt, please comment below. Thank you so much for watching.